All right, so in this video, I have a new pair of Asics running shoes that looked like they might be comfortable, so I wanted to give them a try. They're called the Gliderides, and let's go ahead and show you guys what we have. What is going on, guys? Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. If you guys would like to shop this week's top sneaker deals that I've curated for you guys, check the link in the description. Happy shopping. And if you guys do want to buy a pair of these, I will link them in the description. But I don't know if you guys are going to be interested in them after my video. I guess we'll see. And just so you guys know, this is a video from a casual perspective. And yes, I know this is a performance running shoe. I like to wear shoes casually, and performance shoes, especially for long distance endurance running, usually have a lot of cushioning and they have a lot of good technology that us lay folks out there can appreciate as well. So that is why I do these videos. Plus, I just like the technology. I'm like one of those dudes that wears Nike SBs and can't skateboard, but I was really good at Tony Hawk Pro Skater. This is the Asics Glideride. Size US 9.5 is what I went with, and I went with the black and the pure gold colorway. But I'll tell you, I broke these out, put them on feet, and I was like, whoa, I no likey. Like, I was like, no, I can't even do that. I mean, it was one of those things I was instantly tried them out. I'm like, nope, not for me. Back in the box. I'm going to tell you guys about it, and they're going right back to where I bought them, which actually I ended up getting from Amazon for 2-day shipping. Shout out to Amazon. But the thing is this is definitely for a specific type of individual out there that likes a rocking chair, maybe a rocking motion, and rocking right off of the toe of your shoe right here like this, which we've seen other shoes that have a rocking motion, but they were not anywhere near as intrusive as what I feel like in this pair. So these are $150. They have a $250 version that I have no idea why people would pay $250 for unless it's really good. But of course, if you guys know and you guys have the $250 version of whatever they are called, like, leave a comment and let other people know if they are really good or if they're just like these ones. But the difference is the midsole has like a hole through here, and I'm assuming they have a different technology of the foams that they use for the $100 premium priced version. First thing to note though, as soon as I put these on right out of the box, they're too snug. So they don't fit true to size in my opinion, unless you have a really narrow foot, I'm assuming. But my foot felt pretty jammed in a 9.5, and it just was not comfortable right off the bat. But after I got the shoe on, I noticed a weird rocking in the front of the shoe, which is, I get it, it's called the Glideride, so you glide like this and go wee, and you glide off the toe like a little gazelle, or whatever you runners do out there. But it was weird, and it was intrusive, and it didn't feel comfortable with cushion at all. Like, it didn't feel like any cushion. It just felt like a big obstruction in the forefoot section of your shoe right here. It felt like a really big, like those people that tried out the Nike Joyrides, the beanbag that sits right underneath this front foot, like right here, how it felt really weird when you step on it and then it finally squishes in and then gives. That's kind of like this, except for it doesn't squish and give. You're stepping on the obstruction and moving. And it looks like, but from the bottom of the shoe, the obstruction is this thing right here. It's like a hard plastic plate that allows you to have the firm ride and rock when you're off your toe. And you can see from the shoe, they have it angled that way so you can't like actually pull down on the front of the shoe. It's really tough. By comparison, I did a video on these already, which is an absolute beast in my opinion, and the shoe that you should buy instead of that for that same $150 price point. But you can see there's flexibility here on this New Balance because they don't have that crazy little plate on the bottom of the shoe. Speaking of crazy plates, I do have the 4% as well. When these came out, it was really hyped up. Runners wanted them all over the place. I did a bunch of videos on these, and people hated on me because I didn't run on them, but they were really comfortable from a casual perspective because it had that Zoom X, and the Zoom X was just so incredibly lightweight and soft and squishy. But down the middle of the shoe right here, that black line is actually a carbon fiber plate that is sandwiched between and actually rockets you forward as well. And you could see the same thing as those Asics. It's sturdy. You can't bend it back at all because of that plate in the side of the shoe. The difference between this though is it's sandwiched between the Zoom X. It's not on the bottom, and so when you step, it really feels like it squishes down and then propels you forward and bounces you forward. Versus these joints right here, I don't feel any goodness from the foam in the midsole or anything like that, or any cushioning for that matter. And part of the reason why be because I came straight from this shoe to that shoe, which is probably a huge mistake because this one's insanely good. Way like overshot my expectations because this fresh foam 1080 V10 shoe or whatever with the Zoom X, with the Fresh Foam X, is like insanely comfortable and squishy, and it's exactly what I look for personally in like a running shoe to wear casually, is all that crazy squish, the squishing that they got going on. But this, I didn't get any of that sensation. It was really hard. The overall look of the shoe I thought looked kind of cool though. You could see it has a bottom section here that is white, and then the top section here that is in black. It even looks like they have some Asics gel right back here in the back of the shoe. You have some heel counter support here, which kind of looks cool. I like the design of the lines and stuff for the heel counter. You have a nice little oversized section right here for the top of the ankle, and then also this is like a really soft, smooth material on the inside of the shoe as well as on the back of the tongue. It's a fully detached tongue, and actually something I do like about the tongue is kind of that weird ribbing on it. It looks kind of cool, and you can see right there it says Asics Glideride. Standard flat laces, and there's some extra perforation on the toe box here, and a little extra added structure around as well. Then you have the Asics logo on the side of the shoe, and on this side as well. All in all, like, it looked like a pretty simplistic looking shoe, but I liked the idea of like the incave here, thinking that maybe it was going to add something to the shoe and give us some more bounce back or something like that. I thought it looked like a dual density sort of foam. It does feature a proprietary foam in this, and I'll give you some product details. The Glideride shoe lets you run longer while expending less energy. The guide sole technology in the sole is a key function of the Glideride. So that's that crazy plate in the front. It has to be. Improved cushioning reduces muscle load at the foot strike, and it does this with a combination of flight foam technology and gel technology cushioning. The stiff forefoot and dynamically curved sole increases running efficiency by reducing the movement of the ankle joints. A lower degree of ankle flexion means the muscles, such as the calves, do not have to work as hard. Too much ankle movement at speed wastes energy. It says the shoe's center of mass is actually closer to the heel, so it's easier to swing the foot forward. The rolling motion in your foot actually propels you forward to increase efficiency by reducing the forward movement of the ankle. It sounds like a lot of science went into this shoe, and the three technologies, the guide sole, the rear foot gel, and the flight foam midsole technology. Flight foam midsole, it says, provides exceptional bounce back and responsiveness no matter the distance. And the rear foot gel says it absorbs shock. You know, one of those things, this is a lesson learned. You know, I bought this shoe not knowing that this technology and this type of model is really not for my casual type of consumption. It's really made with the intent to rock right off of that toe and have minimal ankle movement as it suggests. But I was curious about the flight foam and if it was really bouncy or if it was like cushioned well or what it was. I mean, so I don't regret buying them and trying them out. I just feel like Asics is missing the mark with a technology that has the React type feel or the boost like feel, the fresh foam feel. Like, they don't have that. And they need that in their arsenal, in my opinion. So I'm adding this section of the video right here in the middle because I want to let you guys know, just a follow-up, that my initial impressions of the cushioning was really not very good. But when I tried them on again, though, the actual cushioning was actually pretty soft. It wasn't very responsive, at least, but it felt like the cushion could absorb like some impact and whatnot, especially in this back section here and the way that they have that crazy little cutout on the side here. However, that obstruction right here on the front is still there. So it just feels odd, and it's definitely something that I couldn't get used to. But I just wanted to follow up and let you guys know I tried to give it another chance, and it was better than my first initial try on and impression, but still not very good, and definitely still not a shoe that I'm going to end up keeping. But that's just my 2 cents, though. Anyway, what do you guys think about this this model? I think it looks like a stylish shoe. It's not one that you can probably consume from a casual perspective because of that weird rocking motion. It's something that I couldn't get used to just from walking around in it. I'm assuming if you got really into it and you ran a lot in these, maybe you'd get accustomed to the change. But in my opinion, it would be really hard to get used to this change when you just have shoes that you normally wear that don't have all this craziness in this front section of the shoe. That's my 2 cents, so leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think. This is an easy pass for me, $150. Definitely shipping this one back. I will keep my New Balance joints over here. If you guys are interested in this New Balance video, go check it out. Asics does some cool stuff, though. It's not like I hate the company or anything. I just don't like this technology. It's just not for me. Shame on me for trying something that I shouldn't be trying, I guess. If you guys have suggestions for other cushioning technologies out there that you know of that are really good, leave some comments and let me know. If you guys liked the video or it was informative, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, notification bell to be notified of when my videos go live. And thank you again for watching. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you guys for some more videos hopefully in the future. Bye, guys.